Today is about sparkle and book pages. I must say I find this topic quite overwhelming. Welcome to DEPHEMEREMBER, your daily inspiration for ephemera in December. This is a collaboration with Luise Heinzl, and this is Barbara from Vienna, Austria. I'm going to need some sweets to help me get started. Ooh, it's a small window. So it's chewy candy with Coke flavor. Maybe a sugar rush will help me through this. When you make junk journals yourself, I think you realize quickly that you start accumulating a whole bunch of book pages that you then need ideas to use up, because of course we don't want to throw them away. I myself have a whole video dedicated to making ephemera with book pages, which I'm happy to link for you. I was going to say downstairs. Downstairs in the description box. But when I was trying to come up with something for this prompt, I was too overwhelmed with all of the choices of ephemera that you can make. And there are so many very cool tutorials on YouTube on what you can make with book pages. But the longer I make ephemera for journals, the more I realize I personally don't like any really bulky ephemera. There's so many cool pockets and flips and booklets and everything that you can include in journals, but they're all quite bulky. It's a personal preference. I don't like it when it's so bulky. So I'm going to do something rather simple. I would kind of rather put the emphasis on the decoration of the book pages rather than the intricate folding of a complicated book page. Not a complicated book page. A complicated piece of ephemera. So I'm going to attempt to do something quite simple and not too bulky. I just took a few minutes break and I actually devoured all of that candy because I'm struggling. I really don't know what to do. I thought I kind of knew what I wanted to do, and then as I was about to film it, I'm like, no, not feeling it. So I'm going to do the best I can with very simple ideas. So I thought one very simple pocket we could do is to fold a corner down like this. And then to maybe make it a little more interesting, we could fold up another piece like that. So that will give us a nice pocket or tuck spot depending on how we glue it in the journal. And to make that look a little bit more interesting, we're going to, of course, ink up the edges. So I'll do that front and back with my vintage photo. So that's what that looks like. I don't know yet if I want to glue this down or what I want to do with this. I did just find this piece of 6 by 6 inch scrapbook paper, and I saw it already has some gold spots on it, which is super cool. And I think I want this bird as a focal point. This is again one of my stamps that I cut myself out of foam and then glued onto some thicker watercolor paper. And I think he would look pretty cool on this kind of paper. So let's try that. I'll just try it with my jet black ink. Let's hope this gives us a good print. Otherwise, I now destroyed this beautiful scrapbook paper. Okay, that's not bad. Interestingly, the gold looks like it's on top of the bird, which is fine. That's kind of cool. So now the question is, do I cut it out? Do I tear around it? How do I do this? I think I'm going to tear around it. Next, I'll add some of my gesso. I'll just do that with my finger. I'll add some on top here as well. So once that has dried, I re-inked this edge here. And I'm going to add my salvaged patina and rusty hinge so that it fits well to the other ephemera that I've made for my urban nature junk journal. So I'm going to do the same thing that we've already done on previous ephemera. I'm just going to smoosh this onto my page. Okay, we're going to dry this. Then I'll do the same thing with the salvaged patina. Always making sure that the oxide of the rusty hinge was already completely gone. Going to smoosh again. Hopefully this won't turn green. Okay, that's enough. So now we have this yumminess. So again, if you don't have the oxides, obviously the inks will work as well. And if you don't have those either, you can do this with watercolor or anything water soluble. Even water soluble crayons or wax pastels, as they're called, will work with this smooshing technique. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to add some more of this beautiful crackle stamp. Again, this is from Crafty Individuals in the UK. And this is the stamp number CI116. I'm again going to use my jet black archival ink. This is again for like more the urban feel. And then I also want to add some of these numbers here from this Tim Holtz stencil. I do not know the name of this. It's the one that says Lost and Found. And I want a strong color for this, so I'm going to use my peacock feathers. Of course, you don't have to use a stamp pad to go through your stencil. You can use acrylic paint as well. So I think I want the 13. Oh yeah, that looks cool. Then maybe this row of numbers. I think something up here. We have more numbers here. This has got to be one of my favorite stencils ever. And do we need something up here? I think we do. Some smaller numbers. There's some small ones here. Should we put them on that? Yep, I think we should. And now I'm thinking I don't want such a broad edge around the bird, so I will tear it closer to him. I like that a lot better now. And then I'm thinking if we should add a pop of color. Either like that or maybe like this here. What do you think? Just one pop of color? Makes it more cheerful somehow. Anything else? That's also kind of interesting. What would that look like inked up? Do you think it's time to get a new sponge? The colors here are quite similar to the rusty hinge, which is why I'm really liking that. Then this doesn't work. Should we just do that? Let's just do it because I don't think I'm gonna come up with anything else. And I realize I have no sparkle yet at all. I have no idea what to do with that. Oh, there's one thing I can try. I'm not sure if that's gonna look weird, but we'll give it a go. I have this bling here, which I think should count as sparkle because they kind of sparkle. What if we take like the tiniest one that I have here and put it where his eye should be? Or is that gonna look creepy? No, we'll just do it. Let's have some fun. Have to take some risks sometimes, right? That's my sparkle. Then I'm just gonna glue this corner down. And I'll just glue this corner down. And this one is done for me. Very simple pocket. Okay, let's do another very simple one. This time I only want this to be like half of a page. Then I will ink this up again, both sides. Then I'm going to tear down a little bit from approximately the center top. Just like that, I think will be enough. And then I'll fold these down to look kind of like a collar. Like that. Then I'll just ink up those edges. And this way that also stabilizes the pocket from the top. So for this one, maybe I'll take another bird image from my ephemera book. Here. I think I only have space for a small one. Maybe this one here. Yep. And I just saw these doilies again. Oh, I've always used a part of it and then I never know what to do with the rest. The colors might be really nice together. That would be really cute. But it seems too simple. I don't know. Maybe a label? These I think are from Tina. Shabby Dabby Doodah. Yep, all of these are. They're gorgeous. That's really cute. But is it Barbara style? That's what I'm struggling with. I'm not feeling that this is really me. I mean, it's cute. It's definitely cute. Oh, what to do? Do you see the difference? This I feel is me. Totally me. This I feel could be anyone's. Like if you saw this, you wouldn't know who made it. I also remembered I have this little booklet, which is a little postage stamp album, which I believe I got from the flea market, and it had a horrible cover that I didn't like, and so I covered it with my own papers. And this label is from Nick the Booksmith, and this is where I keep cutouts from books. I have them sorted kind of by subject, and I think I have, yeah, see I have a section here with sentences that have bird subjects in them. So she had to stop talking and take care of the tiny new birds. Across the fields and back to their nest they flew, carrying bugs for their babies. They could hear the beep, beep, peep, peep, peep of their babies inside. Soon the bird flew to the maple tree. They flew near enough to see a bird family. And when he looked up toward the sound, he saw a mother robin in her nest. I think that's all I have about birds. So this is something else which is really fun to do, to just go through books maybe that you're using the covers from, and then you could just cut out phrases or sentences that you think might work in some junk journal pages. So maybe there's something here from the birds that I could use. Maybe this one, they flew near enough to see. I also like this one, across the fields and back to their nest they flew. And I would take away the carrying bugs for their babies. It's kind of long. I don't know if I can fit all of that on such a small pocket. This would be shorter. So even though this doily fits perfectly, I think I need to use something else to make it more mine. I love the label. That really is super cute. So instead of the doily, I will use my scraps, and I think then I will feel more like it's mine. I can again use some of this. And maybe again some of this paper that I've used in former collages. Does this need a pop of color? I'm not sure. Might not work with this one. Nope, don't like that. Okay, I think that's okay. That's enough for the scraps. Now I still want to add this here. And in order for this to come out, I think I again need to put some gesso over this text here, otherwise it won't stand out enough. Oh, you know what I just found? This is some wallpaper with some sparkly bits in it. Maybe this could be my sparkle. Oh, that would be cool. Let's see if we can add this, because otherwise I don't know. Well, I have an idea. Something else if this doesn't work. Yeah, so I think this does work, but I think I will still add something else as well. But let me first put some gesso on here. Actually, before I take everything off, I'm just gonna glue the bits onto each other so I don't have to struggle with trying to put it all together. Again, just using the glue, the top-down gluing method to attach everything without having to memorize where things are. So now I have this in one piece and it's easy to then just attach. Once that's dry, I also want to add a few coffee drops. And try that again. There we go. Very yummy. Now we can glue on our little birdie. The other piece of sparkle I thought I could add was just a little piece of this sparkly mesh that I have. Maybe I should first also think about where I could add this. It definitely needs to be inked up to stand out. I'll also add my black suit distress ink because I really want this to stand out. I think it looks great, the combination of the brown and the black. So let's add that first. Let's put it here. It really needed that dark border, I feel. And can we now still fit this? Nope, it's not working for me. All right, then we don't do that. I'm gonna glue these down just a little bit. I don't think I want to give him a sparkly eye. I don't think it works with this kind of image. No, oh my goodness, no, that's horrible. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to force myself to add another sparkly element. This is going to have to do. Very minimal sparkly elements on my ephemera. But do you see that this is more me than putting this underneath? Maybe it's just me, but I can totally feel that this is me. Let's have a look again in Honey's beautiful journal, what these pieces of ephemera can look like in a journal. So we have our pocket like this. We can tuck something inside. For example, a postcard. And then let's try this one, maybe on a bigger page. This one. Yep, so that would go like this, and I would probably leave this side open so that it's a tuck spot. Like that. Cool. 2 more pieces of ephemera. Don't forget the other playlist linked below. The other artists are working hard as well. I'm sure they have super inspiring videos. I will go there right after making this video, as well as, of course, checking what Luise is up to. Hope to see you back here tomorrow, December 16th. What are we doing? I'm just checking the list. Wings and a label. Oh, that sounds interesting. Ha! Interesting combination. No clue what to do for that. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll have figured it out. Thank you guys. Love you. Mwah, mwah.